Welcome to Whoreology,
the podcast created to break down shame and stigma around sex and sexuality.
Being a whore is a state of mind.
And we're glad you're here.
I'm audio and video today.
Kalen's doing everything.
It's a new role for me.
I broke my foot, which is why we said we were going to be every other week and then missed 2 weeks.
We went on a little hiatus, a little break, if you will.
We were already running behind. We were like, God, yeah, we just need to switch to every other week. And then we were behind getting an episode, and then I literally broke my foot the night before we were supposed to film this.
Yep.
So
In the pit.
Yes. Oh, honestly, on theme. Today we're going to be talking about
Oh,
a lot, and I was
like, what?
I broke my foot in a mosh pit at a concert.
Yeah.
So.
Which, honestly, is this our first broken bone? And we've been in pits for how long?
I think so. We've broken glasses.
Yep.
We've bled. We've been bruised. We've lost shoes.
Yep.
But I think this is the first broken bone. And I was like behind the pit. I was standing at the back. I wasn't even in the pit.
Yeah, you came back from crowd surfing.
I did. And so I was just standing in the back. But I wasn't really paying attention. And I was jumping and I was in platform boots. And this guy just
Bonk.
rammed into me. But it's fine. We're back now.
I didn't even know this guy hit her, so I thought she just plopped down on the ground, and I started laughing.
He turned around and I'm just on the floor.
And I felt bad because I didn't know she was hurt. And I was like, haha, get up, silly.
I was just like, oh, I'm good. She was like, do you want to go to medical? I was like, yeah, maybe. Let's do that.
I should have known that something was wrong because you never go to medical.
Yeah.
You refuse.
I really thought that I had like re-sprained my ankle because I sprained my ankle last fall. So I was like, originally I think I was trying to gaslight myself that I just twisted it, but with how much it hurt, I was like, I just re-sprained my ankle, and I know it's like easier to do it a second time, so I thought that's what happened. But no, my foot was broken, so that's unfortunately worse.
Cue the soundboard. Boo.
Boo. I don't think we've done a boo yet, have we?
I don't know.
I'll find a boo.
Okay, good.
Well, I have plenty of time to edit this, at least.
Amazing.
So I'm just chilling here.
Are you gonna try to get it back on schedule or just post it like on next Thursday?
Post it.
And then
You
we
want me
just
to
go
post it?
every other. Well, post it next Thursday, and then we just do every other week from there.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay.
Anyways, today you're leading the way. I have no notes. I haven't thought about what I'm saying. I'm winging it this whole episode.
We're talking about our fangirl era,
We are.
which clearly we're still kind of in.
Yeah. Well, we love concerts now.
Yeah.
We go to like a lot of like Philly shows, but back when we were younger, we used to like travel, and we had like fan pages. We're really casual now. We're big music fans still, but we are not really like, I don't know, like celebrity fans now the way we used to be. We don't idolize people or follow them around the country.
I'll like check in and I'll be like, is this person canceled?
Yeah.
But I don't, and like I follow them on Instagram, but I don't like keep up on, like I don't even have a Twitter. Actually, I just re-downloaded Twitter.
Really?
So I could check in on SEPTA.
Which is like our public transit here.
Yeah, because the trolleys aren't working ever. But that's not the point of this. Do you know how you started your Tumblr? Did you ever figure that out?
I don't know how I started my Tumblr. I don't know why I started it. I had to be like 12. It was 2011. So I was 12 going on 13 when I started it. And I was already kind of like a fangirl for like, mostly this is like pop punk music. And so like, but it was just kind of contained to me and my friends. Like getting a Tumblr was my first like, oh, there are people out there who love the same things I love.
People out there in the ether.
Yeah, I can make friends on the internet. What about you?
I don't remember how I started my Tumblr, but I remember how I found the band that made me want to start a Tumblr. And it was 2010. I just turned 11. a bunch of my friends and I went to the mall, and this one girl took me to Hot Topic. And I wasn't like I wasn't dyeing my hair yet. I wasn't like a punk kid yet. And so I like didn't know what to buy. She's like, pick anything, I'll buy it for you. And I picked up this band's album. And I liked the art on the cover. Mm-hmm. And I said, here, I'll take this. And that's how I found him. We listened to him in the car on the way home, and I was like, this is really good. And I must have like just like Googled them and found Tumblr that way.
Yeah.
Like found pictures of them on Tumblr, and I was like, I should make one of these.
That's so cute.
Really remember. And then that's how Nikki and I met, was on Tumblr through our fan blogs.
Yeah. Well, I was on Tumblr, like, I didn't start as, like, a fan page. I had, like, just kind of, like, I don't know, like, it was just, like, cute pictures. But I was already kind of, like, listening to this music. I grew up on this music. I found this band through my mom.
Cute.
She showed them to me. We're just going to call any band that we talk... We're probably going to talk about more than one band. And I think we're just going to call all of them this band. A band.
Oh, I'm fine talking about any of them. I just don't want to talk about the one that's canceled.
Okay, that's fair. So I was already, like, listening to them. And then I had I made a Tumblr, like... I don't know why. I don't think I had friends on Tumblr. I think I was just curious. I don't know how I found it. I don't know how I got there. But I had a page that was just, like, random stuff. And through that, I found out that there were, like, avenues for, like, people who were, like, fans of things. Even, like, Supernatural and stuff like that. And so then I ended up making a second account. It was still the same year, but I think it was, like, later in the year. And then that account is how I met you. And that account was entirely, like, pop-punk music. Like... that me. And we were, like, weirdly kind of cool on Tumblr.
Yeah, we had thousands of followers.
We had over 10,000 followers at, like, 14 years old.
Yeah, I think I had 7,000.
Which is so weird.
It's like, why were these people following us? Sending us messages?
I think that we had really cool moms who would take us to, like, a bunch of these shows. So I think, like, other people our age were like, oh, I wish I could go see them live. And we were, like, going to all these shows, taking photos. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and so people were like, oh, my God. Look at... And we would, like, post, like, concert pictures and stuff like that. So I think it just... We were cool in the eyes of other 14-year-olds.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, we started going to a lot of concerts at a very young age and, like, music festivals. And your mom would come, or my brother would come, or my sister would come. And then even super young, we were going... Although, I don't know, yeah, my first GA show I went to was in 2011, and my mom just dropped me off with another... I think she was 13, and I was 12, which is crazy.
My first GA show, I was 4.
That's valid.
And it was at a music festival, and the lead singer let me sit on the stage under his microphone.
That's so cute.
I wish there was a picture of this.
I wish there was, too.
I'm sad that there's not.
Does it not, like, nobody even took a photo, or you just don't have it?
I don't know. I don't think anyone took a photo.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to some concerts young, but they were always, like, I saw Kelly Clarkson at the fair.
Cute.
Yeah, and I saw, like, or I don't know, like our radio station events. Mm-hmm. Like, so I used to, like, go to those with, like, my mom and stuff. But there was, like, an 8-year gap I didn't go to a show. It was, like, ages, like, 3 to 5. I went to maybe, like, 5 shows. But they were, like, with my parents. I don't really remember them. And then when I was 12 is when I got, like, really in this era got me, like, wanting to go to concerts again. And then my mom was just like, pick you up later, bye. Dropping me off.
Was the first GA show you went to for the band
that we're mostly talking about? Yeah. If this, like, we're talking about it like we're about to say something, like, so scandalous. I feel like it's just that they're canceled, and so we don't want to associate the name.
Yeah.
It's not like we're, like, about to, like, out some tea or something.
No. They came to Rochester so much. Was it at the Armory?
My first one?
Yeah.
No, it was Niagara Falls, Rapids Theater.
Okay.
My second one was the Armory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was my first time seeing them.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go with this girl that I was, like, really good friends with in, like, middle and high school. Mm-hmm. And her parents told her that she wasn't allowed to go.
That's so sad.
Like, something with her grades, I think.
Oh.
And And so I took this other girl that I was friends with, and we had like really good spots for it being such a big venue and like a GA show. And like I can't remember who the actual opener was, and like the very first opener.
Is this tour?
No.
Is it?
Yeah. Anyway, we were like 2 songs into the first opener, and she was like, "I need to leave the crowd." And I don't know, this was like my first like really big GA show.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh my god, I'll come with you." And I was so upset.
That's so sad.
We like went up to like the balcony area and spent the whole show up there. And I was like, "Okay.
Oh.
This is fine."
Oh my god. And we wouldn't have known each other yet. Which is crazy because I was at the same show.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time being front row. And so I was there. I was up front.
That's such a good show to be front row.
I know. It was at the time I was like, this is the best day of my life. I've peaked and it'll never be better. It did. That was not my peak, but I thought it was my peak at the time.
Valid.
So, that for some reason reminded me. They came to that same venue, like just a couple months before that. They did like a fall tour and a spring tour, and on that one, I went with my. Okay, so what happened is that I won meet and greet. And when you win, and I didn't even know that I had applied to win meet and greet. It was just like you buy a ticket, you like are entered to win meet and greet. So I got an email the day before the show. The show was on a weekend, being like, you have meet and greet. Just bring your ID. Sir, I'm 13. I didn't have an ID. And then you could like fill out where like a parent has to come with you, but there wasn't a parent coming to the show with me, so I couldn't have a parent come with me. And so it's a Saturday. I find out that I've won this. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I found out Friday night. So Saturday I was like, I have to get my school ID because that's like the only proof of identification that I have. And so me and my friend are like, it's like a couple hours before we have to leave, and we're like breaking into the high school. There was a babysitting course going on, so we're freshmen in high school at this point, and there was like a babysitting course for like 5th or 6th graders, and one of them was walking to go to the bathroom, and was like walking past, and we're banging on the door like, please let us in, please let us in. And so this poor lost little like 6th grader comes and opens the door for us, and I literally, my friend gives her the biggest hug. We probably scared the shit out of her, and then like drops to the floor. And then, because we also didn't know if we could get my tickets without my ID. Like, I should have had it with me in general. It didn't even occur to me because I was a child. So we went. We got it. We got out of my locker. We leave for the show. My mom drives me. She doesn't come to the show, but she goes and like hangs out with my aunt while we're at the show, and then like picks us up after. And so we get there, and I'm down for. I have one meet and greet like next to my name. And when he like comes over to check me in, I was like, I literally start crying. I go, hi, is there any way I can bring one of my friends in with me, because I'm only 13 and I don't want to go alone. And he said, yeah, that's fine, they can both come. Thank you so much. So it was a really exciting time for me.
See, that's your peak.
No, I was really stressed that day. I had more fun, and that one, like, we weren't front, even though we had the meet and greet, and I was so scared. I don't know why. I was like freaking out all day. And then like the actual show, I think we were just next to some people who kind of sucked, and we weren't yet like mosh pit people or whatever. So the crowd was really rough, and we didn't have that great of a view. So it was just kind of like, it was a really good day, and at the time I loved it. But I think that then going to the one that you were at just a couple months later, that one like topped it by far. I was like, oh, nope, this is the best day.
So what came after that, between the one we both went to for the first time and then it the one out in Saratoga where after we were like, we need to follow them?
Oh no, we saw it was a couple years later. So we ended up meeting at Warped Tour.
Yes.
Originally.
Rest in peace, Warped Tour.
Rest in peace. Like finally meet in person. We were like talking online. I think it was the spring after Warped Tour. We went to, I'm gonna say it, store. But I think that we
I
drove.
forgot about.
Yeah, I think we like arrived separately. Like I don't think we like arrived together, but it was definitely like, oh my god, we got to meet up. Like at this point, we're like really good friends, like texting all the time, but we don't really like hang out because we lived in different cities and we're
Yes.
babies.
I was coming from Rochester. You were Buffalo, so we met there. Because
Yeah.
I was in Syracuse.
Oh yeah, it was. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we met up at the show. We hung out. That's where you met our mutual friend Salem, who ends up being like the three of us are the ones who like we followed
Wait, that's
them on
where I
tour.
met Salem for the first time?
I think so.
I don't have any photographic evidence from this time in my life.
I do. I have lots. There's a picture of the three of us. The oldest picture I have of the three of us is us at this show.
Oh, I remember that picture.
Uh-huh. And I'm wearing that like white cut off tank top that looks like it's like a whiskey bottle. Yeah, so I think that we met summer of 2014. You met Salem beginning of 2015, which led into immediate, the three of us were like, what if we just followed them everywhere?
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That year, we went to a show together that was like kind of far away, and Kaylin's mom drove us, and that was like the real bonding experience. I was like, these two bitches, these are my best friends.
We got a flat tire on the way to that show.
did. And we slept at your house.
Oh, yeah.
That was our first little like sleepover. I think with either of you. Like none of us. I hadn't with you or with Salem. Because I was friends with both of you, but I attribute that little trip to being like when I was like, oh no, these are my best friends. Like before that, it was just kind of like, yeah, we're friends. I like these people. But that day, I was like, oh yeah, besties.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can find messages on our Tumblrs where I'm like, what if the next tour we go to a hometown show for them? They still exist to this day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my Tumblr's up there. It's out there. I could find our old messages.
Should we post screenshots on the Instagram?
Maybe I will.
And so when they released an album after we sent those messages, we went to 7 dates on the tour.
Yes, the next tour that got announced. Or I remember we said that the next one we were going to, which would have been 2016, we were like, we're gonna follow this tour. And it ended up being a co-headliner with a band we didn't care that much about.
Oh, who was it?
The Singing with Sirens.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so then we were like, okay, I guess let's do and even before that, they announced the tour, but they were opening for somebody. So we did a couple dates on that, but we didn't properly follow it.
But the
So-
next like headliner.
Yeah, we were like waiting so long for this headliner. And they finally announced it. And so it was like the day it got announced, we were like, we're doing this. We're making it happen.
Yeah, we did 7 shows over 2 weeks because it was like 2 shows were like 1 week and then there was like a gap and then 5 shows were in the next week.
Yes. Also, sorry, this is random. I don't even have to keep this in. But I just remembered that I was supposed to buy tickets for not this one we ended up following, but the the co-headliner they did that we didn't end up following, but we did a date for. I was supposed to get tickets.
Did I stay for Sleeping with Sirens? I don't even.
Bro, I don't know. I had the after party thing, which you did not have. Oh. So we stayed for that. I don't know when you
I
left.
thought that was though.
That was the Sleeping with Sirens tour. I can get my scrapbook. I have the scrapbook out. Would that be helpful?
Maybe after.
Yeah, but anyways, I was supposed to get tickets, and I was supposed to get tickets during driver's ed, which is extra funny because I don't drive and I never got my driver's license, but I was in driver's ed, and I was like, first I was in like the driving part, so you have to put your stuff in the trunk of the car, and then you go into the classroom part, and then you can take your stuff with you. And so I'm supposed to be on my phone during this or between these, and I leave my phone in the trunk of my car. In my car? It's not my car. I leave my phone in the trunk of the car, so I can't get to my phone. So I asked this girl who I've met twice and I don't even know if I could borrow her phone so that I can go on her phone to get
Buy the tickets. Amazing.
Uh-huh. Anyways.
That's how you should do it.
Yeah. But tour gets announced. This is the first of many that we follow. We just, like, from here on out, we're like, well...
We couldn't just do one day on a tour.
No.
For anybody. Like, not just this band, but, like, any tour.
Anybody.
We were like, so how many dates we doing this time?
There was a different band I think you saw, like, 30 times in 1 year.
New Politics?
Oh. Probably them too. I wasn't even thinking about that.
The Rex? No, it wasn't 30 times in 1 year, but I did hit 50 shows.
I do think it was... Maybe it was, like, a year and a half.
Oh, yeah, in a year and a half,
Okay, maybe
I
it was a
hit
year
50 shows.
Okay, yeah, see, I do think 30 of those were in 1 year.
Oh. I don't remember.
That's crazy.
My memory's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
But the first tour we followed,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't legally drive past 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah, you were... Oh, no, I guess Salem could drive. Did Salem drive?
Salem drove once when we were going from Philly to New York.
Okay.
They drove, like, through Jersey.
I did not have a license.
I slept with my feet up on the back window. And then I woke up and I was like, wow, I feel bad after that because I didn't have any blood in my feet.
Oh my god. No, that was crazy. And also, I was the only one old enough to check into a hotel.
Yeah.
I was the only 18-year-old, which still caused us problems later on.
Yeah, because the Philly hotel we didn't know you had to be 21.
Uh-huh.
And so I was standing at the front desk negotiating with the people. I was like, you can check on us every hour. We are coming back at this time after our concert. We are leaving at this time in the morning. We are only going to be here for 7.5 hours. Please let us stay here because otherwise you are putting two 17-year-olds and an 18-year-old out on the street. And the guy, like, looks at me and he's like...
And I'm just crying.
Yeah. The guy looks at me and he's like, fine.
Oh my... And that was the first time in Philly.
Yeah.
Us, I think. Yeah.
And wait. Was it?
It was mine, definitely. I guess I don't know if it was yours, but it was definitely my first time here.
Because didn't we have issues with a bus?
That was that day. Well, no, that was the next day.
But we drove to New York and parked and took...
Because we couldn't get on the bus.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Should I don't know.
Well, I don't remember the bus story.
Okay. Well, how the story goes. So we were in Rochester, and then we were driving to Philly. So we drove to Philly, got in line for the concert, because that's the other thing, is, like, it's not like we were just going to the concert at night. It was, like, we were lining up at, like, 8 o'clock in the morning and staying outside
Camping.
all day. That's crazy. That's the other big change now. I'm like, show starts at 8. I want to be there at 7:58. At the earliest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we would, like, line up all day. So we left at, like, 5 o'clock in the morning. It was still dark outside when we left your place to get to this show. We meet this girl named Gaia. Briefly, before the show, we don't even hang out at the show. Like, we go inside, whatever. We sleep for... I don't know, 3 or 4 hours after. Me and Salem did not sleep. I think you slept for a little bit. Me and Salem stayed awake and chit-chatted in the hotel room because neither of us could sleep.
You said shit.
We took a shit? No. We were just hanging out. And I'm like, actually, when did I sleep back then? And it's not like you got a lot of sleep. Like, I think we were only in the hotel for, like, 5 hours. Because even after the show... We, like, went to the top of a parking garage and, like, took photos and just, like, what were we doing?
We were being kids.
We were being kids. So, yeah. And then we had a bus scheduled for 8 a.m. So we were supposed to get out of Philly at 8 a.m. and the bus was going to take us to New York City because Kaylin, respectively, at 17, did not want to be driving around New York City.
I was scared.
Yes. So, we park our car. We pay for parking. We pay for 3 buses. We paid for the buses way ahead of time. So, paid parking for multiple days. Paid buses. We get there. So it's now 9 o'clock. The bus is an hour late. And not only is our bus not here, the 7 a.m. bus is not here. The bus that was supposed to be an hour before us still is not here. And the worst part is that, like, the show is not until like fucking 8 p.m. or something. Like, but we needed to get there early. We wanted to have a good spot, and we had an autograph signing. But again, on 7 dates, we had an autograph signing every single date. So we didn't actually care about getting something signed. At this point, we literally got like free poster signed and handed them to people in the line. We weren't trying to get autographs. We literally wanted the autograph signing because it included early entry, which would give us a good spot. So we're like freaking out. Are we gonna get to the show in time? Are we gonna miss the autograph signing? Like, whatever.
The way I have no memory of this.
Oh my god. Well, I'm telling you that. It's your first time hearing it.
It literally is.
Yeah. Like, originally we were like, we want to get there early and like be really close up in line. And then it was like, well, we just want to make the autograph signing because we need a good spot. So I don't know what time we end up leaving. It's probably like 10, but we're sitting in this bus stop forever. It's not coming. I don't know what was going on. I think it was a Greyhound. It's not happening. We know that our friend who we met once for an hour, we know that Gaia is going. So we text her and we're like, hey, are you driving to the city? Like, how are you getting there? Because she lived in Jersey. And she was like, well, I'm taking this little bus in from Weehawken, New Jersey.
I do remember Weehawken.
You remember Weehawken. So
Good old Weehawken.
we drive to Weehawken, even though we paid for parking and 3 bus tickets. We get back in the car, we drive to Weehawken to meet up with this girl. I also remember this day we pulled the first parking garage we pulled into was just like so sketchy, and it was this, oh my god, and Salem was driving. Salem drove this one.
Yeah, I do remember the parking garages.
And then we went to like a Dunkin'.
Oh yeah.
And then like the steepest staircase up the side of a cliff.
Yes.
So I remember from here. I just don't remember the bus
The
station.
beginning?
I think I just trauma blocked
We were there
it.
for so long, so
I blocked it out of my head. I was traumatized.
yeah, we like originally we were supposed to take a different bus now out of Weehawken. It's not coming. We're waiting for it. It's not coming. We wait, like, I don't even know how long. It's 100 degrees outside. There's a heat warning. We have our bags full of shit. We're sweating. I have videos of us, like, because we videoed this whole thing also. But it was bad. It was really hot. Gaia was like, I know another bus we can take. Let me look if it's running. And she's like, it comes in like 10 minutes. Or like, I don't know how long it was. But basically, we had to book it to get to this different bus to get there in time. This is when the staircase happened. She was like, I know a shortcut. We'll make it there if we take the shortcut. The shortcut was like, I don't know how many flights. I don't want to exaggerate here. But an insane amount of flights upstairs.
It was up the side of a cliff.
Up the side of a cliff. Outside, it's like 100 degrees out. We're sweating and we're carrying these heavy bags. And none of us are in shape.
I mean, Gaia was
Gaia was fine.
Gaia was pretty fit.
None of us is in the 3 of us.
Yeah.
So, okay, we make it to New York City. And we decide to split up 2 and 2. We're going to send 2 to go check into the hotel and 2 to go check in for the autograph signing. The problem with New York is that even getting like an Uber or something, you might as well just take the subway. It was going to take us just as long. But me and Kaylin go to the hotel and we end up getting an Uber because we have everybody's bags. Mm-hmm. So we have 4 bags of stuff and we send the other 2 to go to the venue. And we get an Uber. It's taking forever. We're like in like Times Square. We're in the middle of Manhattan. And the show was at Central Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like neither of us were fully confident. We were like, yeah.
No, it definitely was in Central Park. I just don't know what it was called.
Oh, like Summer Stage? Or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
Look at you.
I know. I'm just crushing it.
Was I even there?
Caleb wasn't there, actually. We get to our hotel. We're checking in. We're like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Until we get a call. We're at our hotel, and we get a call from Salem, who is like, hey, guys, problem. In order to check in for the autograph signing, I have to enter the actual park, and I can't do that because they want my ticket, and Nikki, you have my ticket. We start making it as fast as we can. We realize an Uber is not the fastest way, the subway is. Neither of us know how to navigate a subway well yet. So you do better than I. I was following you. I was following your lead.
Did we take the subway?
We took the subway. I'm gonna show you our tour video after this, okay?
You guys were all hearing this for the first time together.
No, you navigate the whole way. We at one point get in the wrong subway platform, but we notice we don't get on the wrong train. We enter the wrong platform, and then we're like, fuck, and then leave and get on the right one. We're almost there. We're off the subway, like walking over, and Salem's like freaking out, rightfully. Gaia's in for the autograph signing, and Salem is stuck outside. And Gaia's trying to talk to them and be like, my friends are gonna be here in 5 minutes. It's gonna be okay. And we're sprinting. Again, it's still 100 degrees. This is the same day. And we finally make it. They are very nice. We show them that we have 3 tickets. They let all 3 of us in. We're there. They had moved the whole autograph signing group in, but they hadn't actually started the autograph signing yet. So they let us in. We're fine. We're totally fine. And we're all just like standing there. They're sitting. We're sitting now on the sidewalk. And I just remember being like, so we went through all of this to make it in time for the autograph signing. Not because we wanted an autograph, but because we wanted a good spot at the stage. And after the day that we had, we literally were just
we sat at the back.
We just go, should we just maybe chill at the back today? And we were like, oh my god, I'm so glad you said that. We were all thinking the same thing. And like, we just went through all of that. We didn't give a fuck about the autograph signing.
Yeah.
We went through all of that to get our early entry. And then when we got in on our early entry, we sat at these bleachers at the back of the stage.
With some boxed water.
Yeah.
I do remember, do you know what I remember very clearly from this day?
What?
The opener that I saw 50 times in 1 year. 1.5 years, whatever. The guitarist who I was obsessed with. I spilled beer all over him.
And it wasn't your beer.
It wasn't my beer, and it wasn't his beer.
Whose beer was it?
There was this girl like standing next to us, and I swung my arm because I was talking with my hands, and I hit it, and it came over my shoulder and all over him.
I love that beer.
And then when he did his first headlining tour, he remembered that.
That's so funny.
And I was like,
that's me.
I can't line up my fingers. I was like, tee. So sorry.
Sorry about that.
Anyway.
God.
Love you.
What's next? Are we just gonna like do some story times?
Yeah,
like...
I think that's all it was. It was, there was like safety. How did we do this safely? And I think the answer is we didn't.
We didn't. We didn't at any point. Oh, that's a good segue to a story about that same opening band. Or did you want to tell that one?
Is this when we did those 3 shows in 1 weekend?
Yes. Yes, it
is. You'll probably have way more detail, but what I remember, it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday dates. Friday was in Philadelphia.
And we did not spend the night.
No, we drove here Friday morning, did the show, and then drove 6 hours back to Buffalo. Because Saturday was a show in Buffalo for the same band. And we had to be there early. The fan base, now, we were crazy, but the fan base for them was, like, flat out disrespectful. So we wanted our front row spot, but we wanted, like... But, like, we had to fight these people if we wanted it, unless we were the very first 2 people in line.
Like 4 a.m.
Yeah, because if you didn't do that, they would have 2 people show up, and then, like, 25 people would join them in line.
Yeah.
And so...
I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah. And so, so we drove to and from Philly and attended a concert in one day. Woke up at the ass crack of dawn on Saturday to go wait in line all day for the show in Buffalo. I think we were there by like 8 or 9, and then attended that concert. And then Sunday woke up and drove 3 hours to Pittsburgh. Waited all day in line. I fell asleep on the sidewalk.
Yeah, we were going to these shows, like, earliest of any because of the fan bases.
Yeah.
Like, the other band that we were talking about, it was, like, fun being in line early.
Yeah, they had a good fan base.
We would, like, get to know everybody and, like, go get you would, like, get food for everybody, and we would just hang out. And, like, this one was a lot more toxic.
Yeah, you, like, sat there and you only talked to the people you came with, and that was it.
Yeah.
And so we went to the show, the Pittsburgh show. And then Nikki and I were like, we're gonna drive home.
And I don't drive, remember?
And yeah, Nikki's one job in the car is keeping me awake. And she only ever sleeps in her own bed.
Yes.
Now, I sleep on the sidewalk. I can sleep anywhere. I look over at one point, she's asleep, and I'm like, I'm fucked.
I only slept in a car 3 times that I can think of, and 2 of them were after Riot Fest, coming home an 8-hour drive home.
Yeah.
This is the only time I've ever fallen asleep in a car, like it was just after a show. Like, it's never happened. And of course, it happened.
Yeah, and my car doesn't have, like, the car I was driving at the time, the alignment was fucked on it, so I don't know how we didn't die, because I fell asleep while I was driving.
And I didn't know this until way after.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I had no idea. Like, I woke up to her pulling into a rest area.
So, yeah, because I, like, my head was down, and I, like, vividly remember pulling my head back up and being like, oh my god, I just fell asleep. And being like, we gotta stop. I'm stopping. And so I pulled over, and I slept, I think, for, like, half an hour.
Not long.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, just a little power nap. Like, don't go into, like, a REM sleep cycle. And then I started driving, and then I
felt like you were going to puke.
Well, that was after I slept.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I slept, and then started driving again, and then I felt like I was going to puke.
Okay.
So I started, like, dry heaving on the side of the road.
Yeah. God. Yeah, we didn't do a lot of the safety stuff.
No. We had, like, group chats with our mom to be like,
Yeah.
at the venue.
I was
leaving
really
the
bad at
venue.
updating my mom. I think you were updating our moms.
Yeah. That was it, though. Like, that was our biggest safety precaution. We didn't even carry, like, pepper spray with us.
No. Nothing. And we're just, like, gallivanting around the cities in the middle of the night. Oh, our one friend, when we were in Cleveland, I have a specific hatred for Cleveland.
Yeah, I hate Cleveland.
We were at this venue, and she got there really early.
For the same band that I was just talking about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the original band.
Yeah.
Got it. But she cared mostly about the headliner. Like, that's who it was, Andrew McMahon. She had meet and greet. That's why she wanted to be there, so she, like, had to go in for the meet and greet and all of that. But they were the band who we were just talking about was the first opener. It was Spring Fling. It was a festival.
I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah. So we were gone for like a week because we did 2 headlining shows for this one band and then 2 festivals. We did Bunbury Fest and Spring Fever, or Spring Fling. I'm getting all the tours mixed up. Yes. Spring Fling. So we just done like a headlining show in Pittsburgh, and then we did Bunbury in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and Blink was supposed to be there, and they canceled.
And so then after that, we went to Spring Fling in Cleveland. And it was the next day, because they were both Saturday, Sunday festivals. So we did Saturday of one festival and Sunday of the other festival. And we all got a hotel together. We were driving in 2 cars. So we drove like 2 and 2 to get to the hotel. But then once we got there, we had one friend who really, really wanted to be there early and line up. And the rest of us were exhausted and did not want to do that. And in hindsight, nobody needed to line up that early.
Nope.
More in hindsight, one of us should have just gone with her.
Yeah.
So, again, safety. But she went by herself. Again, we didn't have these fears.
I don't think it would have changed anything of us being there. It's that sense of inevitability when you're a teenager that, like, oh, it's not going to happen to me.
Yes. We were just kind of fearless. Like, it's not like... I'm so much more worried now than I was then, and I, like, live in a city.
Yeah.
But we thought we were invincible. I don't know. But she was in line. She was the first person in line at the venue. There were other people there by the time we got there. I mean, she would probably like a couple hours before us. We still got there hella early. Like, we were there in the morning, but she got there before us. And we showed up. I think she went to get something from her car.
Makeup.
Oh, because she was going to do her makeup in line. Okay, yeah. She went to go get her makeup from her car, and all of the windows were smashed in. All of her stuff was stolen, and she was coming from school doing this run and then going home because she, like, went to school in a different state than where she lived. And so, like, she had so much stuff in her car. My air mattress was in her car. Like, her whole suitcase of, like, clothes, her whole thing of makeup, like, everything stolen out of her car, which was terrible. But yeah, nothing happened to her. There were other people in line shortly after. She didn't even know this happened until we got there, but still, in theory, I would not let my friend go line up alone, because thank God nothing happened to her, you know? Crazy.
This wasn't the same weekend as the tornado, was it?
Oh, no. This was like a year after, I think.
Oh, okay. They're all...
You should talk about the tornado.
They're all in the same week.
We're just talking about the unsafe things that we did.
Yeah, one time we were reading... Same band. This band sounds cursed, now that I'm telling you.
No, they were. They fully were. The other band is, like... I have, honestly, unfortunately, nothing but really good memories. Like, that was, like, one of the best times of my life. Like, we had a blast every time. This other one we're talking about is, like, I feel like when all the bad shit happened.
Yeah, but Nikki and I have matching tattoos for this band.
Yeah.
The cursed one.
Yeah.
Because I think it's some of my favorite memories came from this.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Come on, like, the best stories are the...
Yeah. like this one. We were waiting in... Were we in Columbus or Cincinnati? We were in Ohio.
Columbus.
And we were at this teeny tiny venue. And, they had to hold doors.
It was basically a bar with a stage, or like a cafe almost.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
And they had to hold doors because the weather was really bad. Because that makes sense. But it wasn't like an outdoor venue. Like, I understand for like outdoor venues holding doors.
Yeah.
Because the weather and whatnot. But like, so weather was really bad. They hold doors. Then we find out that there is a tornado happening like a mile away. And nobody from the line moves. We all stay exactly where we are in line because we don't want to lose our spots for the stage.
The band brought us towels.
Yeah.
When we got in. That was
Yeah, the band brought us towels. The band was the one who opened the doors. They were pissed. They were like, let the people in.
Oh my God. And the way I forgot about this. So then, we were supposed to go home after that. We were supposed to drive all the way home from Columbus. Yes, we were supposed to go. It's like, I don't know, that's like 4.5 hours or something.
No, that's
Buffalo.
6 hours.
No, I think you're thinking Cincinnati.
Oh.
Columbus is a little closer.
Okay.
But we were supposed to drive all the way home. And so we were there with our friend, the same one whose car got broken into.
Yeah.
And she was like, come back to West Virginia with me, which takes us further away from home, unfortunately. But it gave us less of a drive to do during the tornado. So the two of us slept on... and she didn't even tell her roommates that we were coming. She had like 3 roommates or something. It was like a... I don't know what I'm looking like. She lived on campus. Yeah. But they had like a little like... She had a couch.
A common area.
Yeah, thank you. A common area. Her couch was smaller than this one, maybe this size. And like a brown leather. And we slept actually like this. I had like a footrest thing. And I was like this, and then Caitlin slept like that. But you couldn't straighten your legs on that one. Or I guess you would be laying down, so that's why. So you're in a ball,
yeah.
And I have my feet hanging off the couch on this little footrest. And then her roommate, it gets up in the morning and is like, oh no, she said that we were coming. Okay, see, now I'm forgetting things. She did text her roommate that we were coming. But she didn't tell her roommate who we were or anything about us. She just told her roommate, is it cool if I bring people home? Like, that was it. So she didn't know how many of us there were. She didn't know anything. So she starts talking to us thinking that we met our friend that night. And she, like, walks in and starts, like, cooking breakfast. And it's just like, oh, hey, so you guys just, like, met last night? She just brought you home? Like, why are you here?
Was I still asleep?
I don't
remember
know.
that.
I don't know. It was really funny, though. I was like, nope, we know her. We just came to avoid the tornado, so...
Yeah, the concert went off without a hitch.
Yeah, the concert was great, actually.
Yeah.
Tornado aside.
The friend who let us stay with her would wear a shark costume to concerts and have every band sign it.
Uh-huh.
And there were these, like, anniversary shows for the first band we were talking about. Which I think is the first time she wore the shark costume. And
no, I think she wore it a couple times, but not many.
Oh, okay. This is the first time I had seen her.
Okay. Oh,
and
yeah, I don't know.
And she didn't want to leave the crowd, so she peed in it. But then there were already signatures on it, so she couldn't wash it.
Yeah.
So every band member who signed it after this concert signed her pee shark costume.
The pee shark. And I actually... That... I, for a very long time, maybe still thought of that day as the best. No, because it wasn't the anniversary show. It was the Baltimore of the first tour we followed. Because it was the day that I went on stage. And then I came...
When she peed?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was...
No, it had to have been,
Oh.
Because I was on stage, and I had gone, like, to the back, and, like, they call people on stage for, like, one of the songs. So I went up, and then I went back, so I was, like, in the back of the crowd. And then I went to give her a hug when I saw her. Like, we made eye contact, and I was, like, finding her again in the crowd, and she goes, don't hug me, don't hug me. And I said, why? And she goes, I peed.
That's funny. That makes sense, though, because there were a lot of signatures on the
so
costume.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, I have another... Nothing bad happened, but another potential funny safety one.
Okay.
Was we went to Ireland, which is not for concerts at all. But we were flying home, so we were flying from from Ireland to Iceland to Toronto, and then driving from Toronto back to Buffalo.
Oh.
And when we were in the airport in Iceland, we saw that a band that we liked was playing a free show in New Jersey.
Like the day after we got back, or like we got back early morning, or like the middle of the night, and then the next evening they would be playing the show. Yeah.
So we fly back into Toronto. Oh, did you call into work?
No, a doctor's appointment.
Canceled her doctor's appointment.
I was drunk, first of all.
They had like 2 for $10 mimosas or something.
Yeah, there was like one bar in this whole airport, and they had really strong drinks. There was this one drink called a woo woo.
Oh yeah.
And I just walking around going woo.
And we were in this airport for like 8 hours.
8 hours.
So it was like there was nothing else to do.
Just get drunk.
Decide that we're going to a concert. So yeah, then we got back into Toronto, drove back to Buffalo, drove all the way to New Jersey, no plans, went to the show, and then slept in Kaylin's car after the show ended.
Yeah.
And you would have texted your mom like, hey, I'm not coming home, actually.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not coming home. I'm going to Jersey real quick. She was like, be safe.
Oh my God. Yeah.
There's a picture of us at that show. It's really gross.
Honestly, that's one of the worst pictures of us to ever exist.
Yeah, it's bad.
We're wrecked.
Yeah. We're so tired. We're so sweaty.
Why did we do that?
It was fun.
It was fun.
And it's a good story.
It is. We have a lot of those.
Do you want to share pissing in the Uber?
Oh! We have another...
Because I have another piss story.
I'll tell the piss story.
Tell the piss story.
I'm gonna not say her name in case she doesn't want it in here. But we went to Riot Fest. We would go every year. Our friend, the third person, was of drinking age, but me and Kaylin were not.
Oh, is that how we got the alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember.
Actually, I think her and Sophia each got an extra wristband.
Oh.
And gave us each wristbands when we got to the actual show.
Oh, cute.
But we didn't know if we were going to be able to get wristbands. So we decided to pregame really hard at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it is literally 8 a.m. and we are, oh my God, and we were dyeing my hair in the sink while getting drunk. I definitely was like putting vodka in Kool-Aid.
Oh, yes, we were doing that.
I don't know what that was about.
You know those like, I don't know what they're called.
Svedka, like
it's
strawberry.
Like those like squishy like plastic drinks that have those like
They're like
tops.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
But they're like in that little...
Yeah, we were drinking those and putting vodka in them. I don't know. That's like all we had to mix it with.
I don't know. Like, was that a choice that we made? I don't know.
I don't know, but I do have a picture of my tongue being bright blue and it like matches my hair.
Oh yeah, wait, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we spent our morning, and then we get in an Uber, and our Uber is like it's supposed to be like 30 minutes because we were like outside of the city. And the other 2 days of the festival, we drove, or our friend drove. But
I drove.
you drove?
I drove.
Oh, why did I think she drove? It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
There was driving being had.
I always drive.
And but because we were drinking this time, we said we're gonna split an Uber. This is the Uber day, and so. Oh yeah, so we get an Uber. It's already supposed to be like 30 minutes. We're staying a little like outside of the city. And while we're in the Uber, we all have to pee. I still look at this as the most I've ever had to pee in my life, I think. But I did not pee. However, in the next to us in the car, friend, she was like freaking out. And she actually, because I always have to pee. She doesn't. She's not like that normally, but she was like freaking out. So she kept talking about she had to pee, and then she got like really silent and like she had this look on her face, and I go, Did you just pee in the Uber? And she goes, just a little bit. Oh my, and then I spat my water out when she said that in the same Uber. This poor Uber driver.
I wonder if that affected my rating.
It probably did. That poor guy. And then he like, okay, and then he starts getting, but she just peed a little, right? So she still really has to pee. And we start getting closer to the venue. We recognize where we are at this point, and we're stopped in dead stop traffic, and it's still like 2 blocks away. So we're like, you can stop here. We're getting out of the car. Like, we're getting out. So he pulls over, we get out of the car, and actually, Kaylin I think you had to pee the least, and I don't know if you were the most sober. Maybe it was just that you didn't have to pee, but, poor Caitlin, because I get out and I start sprinting full speed as fast as I can go because there are porta potties outside of the venue and I'm gonna get myself a porta potty. She
tried to squat behind a tree. But there were men watching, so she didn't.
She didn't, but she went to squat. So then Kaylin is stuck with, do I follow the sprinting one or do I stay with the one who's trying to squat and piss on the side of the road?
And for those of you who don't know, Riot Fest is in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Which, not a safe place to be squatting at 10 o'clock in the morning.
It's 10 a.m. But no, she ends up running to the...
Yeah, she followed.
And we all went pee outside of the venue.
Yes.
In
a porta potty.
Not on the street.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, unfortunately, this was the only day that we did not drive because we wanted to drink. So, of course, this also happened to be the day that I break my glasses in the mosh pit.
Yep.
And I'm legally blind. For anybody who does not know, I can't see my own feet. So, and especially at nighttime. I can see color really well. So, in the dark, because I break them at the headliner, it was Rise Against. And I can't see shit. I could not see anything. It was a nightmare. And then we had to get home, and Ubers were so... I'm buying an Uber, and then I couldn't buy an Uber because it was so fucking... I do think we ended up Ubering, but we took a bus first.
Yeah, we took the train closer to the center of Chicago, and then got an Uber from there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank God for Sophia, our local friend, who navigated that with us. But what a day! What a time!
Yeah, I don't know if it was... I think it was the same... No, I don't know. I don't think I have blue hair in the picture. I got kicked in the face in a mosh pit at Riot Fest.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a picture of me. I think Sophia took it. I came out of the mosh pit and there's a boot print all over my face.
Perfect boot print.
Yeah, it's the festival takes place on a field. It was muddy, just perfect boot print, and I have the biggest smile on my face you've ever seen. So you can add "got kicked in the face" to the mosh pit list.
God.
But I didn't bring my glasses, thankfully.
Yes.
They just come off.
Yeah.
But I caught them.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always rubber band my glasses to a piece of my hair if I'm going in a pit. And I don't really go in pits that often anymore. Again, I'm old now. I chill in the back. I also listen to a lot more pop and alt and indie. Back then it was every show we were going to had a mosh pit. So we kind of were either we're lining up or front row or we're going in the pit. Mm-hmm. And especially if it was a festival, then we were just going in the pit. So nowadays I'm even if I go to 50 shows in a year, they're all in Philly. I get to all of them after doors open, maybe after the show has even started. I'm rarely in a pit or doing anything crazy, so that's what's really insane about me breaking my foot now.
I'm
It would have made
surprised
sense before.
I'm surprised it wasn't me.
Yeah, honestly. God. Another thing I thought was really funny and insane was that one of these bands we went to go see on our friend's like college campus. They were playing. Was that on campus? It was in the college town, but it was like minutes from her like student housing.
Yes.
And I brought it up because we went and bought weed for the band, which was insane. That was so funny.
I do have a very vivid memory. We were sitting on the menu, and across the street was like this restaurant that had like a rooftop, and the lead singer has a corn cob sticking out of his mouth and goes up to a girl and like hits on her with the corn cob sticking out of his mouth.
Oh my god.
He got rejected.
I mean, I would.
And see, it might work on me.
Guys, if you see Caitlin out and about, walk over with a corn cob if you want to ask her out. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so we were in this hotel. I can't remember why we were in the hotel. There was like maybe like an acoustic set or something happening. We were in Cleveland for the Alternative Press Music Awards in 2015. And we came down the elevator and turned to the left to go to the front doors. I remember this so vividly because I turned around, just like looked over my shoulder.
I think I blocked this one out.
Oh no, this isn't about him yet.
Oh.
And the lead singer and the drummer of New Politics were like standing there, and I just started crying. And I had met them a couple times at this point, but I just started crying, and I went over to them and I'm crying, and I'm like, oh my god, hi, I'm so glad you guys are here.
Oh my god.
It was really bad. And they're like giving me hugs, and like they're so sweet, even though they broke up without telling anybody. Whatever, I digress. So I get pictures with them, and then we leave, and as we're leaving, we see the guitarist of like the band that like kickstarted everything walking down the street. And it's us, Carrie, Salem, and both our moms are there. And Salem and Carrie just take off sprinting. And you and I cannot keep up.
That makes sense.
Because they are both very tall. And I don't know what happened to our moms, but we are trying to catch this man. And Salem, after many blocks, Salem and Carrie do catch him. And they just dab him up. They say hi.
I have
They
secondhand embarrassment for past me.
they just do like a little slap up, and then that was it. Like they didn't hug him, they didn't get pictures. That was it. He like had somewhere to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta chase someone down just to tap them up.
You and I did not catch him.
Oh my god.
In my defense, I was 15.
Yeah.
And that's like...
Oh yeah, this would have been before we followed like our first tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2015 for sure.
Yeah.
Because that was the only one I went to.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Because then the year after, they moved it from Cleveland.
To Columbus?
Yeah, they moved it from Cleveland to Columbus.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to that one.
God.
Are those even still happening?
No, I don't think so. I think it died with COVID.
Sad.
Yeah. This made me think of the only story I'm going to tell on this that you were not present for.
Oh.
Because we did everything together.
Yeah.
But I one time went to London to see this band.
Yeah.
And so it was me, Salem, and then a different friend. And we did a couple shows in London. And we decided, well, okay, what happened is that I bought tickets for the London date and the Birmingham date. And we were actually originally supposed to go with the Shark Soup girl, who ended up canceling. So I was just supposed to be the two of us originally. So I bought each of us tickets. And then Salem ended up being like, oh my God, she can't go. I'll come. We decided to still keep on Birmingham. And, but we don't have anywhere to stay. We don't have anywhere to stay. We don't have actual like cohesive plans to make this work. We just decided, and this was like, we booked this like 2 months before the shows were. Like, they announced the shows and we were like, what if we went to London? I'd never traveled abroad at all, other than like Canada, but we grew up like 20 minutes from Canada, so that doesn't really count. And so we end up having a third friend join us, and we decide we're going to sell the Birmingham tickets. It doesn't make sense. We don't have a way to get there. We can't afford it. We can get good money for the tickets. The show sold out immediately. And I didn't post the tickets. I really wanted to go, and I, like, kept putting it off, which I, like, told Salem, like, every time we were talking about it, I'm like...
Did I know this?
I think so. I don't know.
That you didn't post the tickets?
I didn't post the tickets. It then got to the point that, like, we were going in, like... 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I was like, Salem, I still haven't, like, I have to post the tickets, I still have to do it. And they were like, I'm so glad you haven't posted the ticket. I said, really? They said, yeah, I think we should just make it work. I said, okay. So then we have to find a third ticket, because we have a third person going.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so we find a third ticket, we get 3, we're going. We've decided we're going. We book, like, a train from London to Birmingham, both ways. What we do not book is a place to stay. So we decided that we're just going to figure it out. It's fine. Because the last train ran at midnight, and we didn't know if we were going to make a midnight train. And the next option was 5 a.m. There were none from 1 to 5. So we booked the 5 a.m. From midnight to 5. So we go to the Birmingham show. No issues. It's actually before the London show. It's the first one we're doing. And show goes great. I have a great time. We sleep in the train station, which we figure out is next to the venue. They're literally connected. We could have absolutely made the midnight train. We talked to people. We tried to get on the midnight train. We can't get on it. There continues to be trains going other places, going to, like, Scotland and stuff till, like, 2 a.m. There is nobody there from 2 to 5. They turned the lights out. Like, I don't know. We broke into a cafe, and we're laying on a couch in a cafe. I say we slept in there. I don't think anybody slept at all. Like... None of us had eaten all day, like since we were in London. And there was, like, a vending machine, and then we were trying to get coins together to use the vending machine, and then the vending machine didn't work. It was, like, already insane. But while we're sitting there waiting, we find out we can't get on the midnight one. We found a phone charger, and we're just sitting there. We're sitting at a tall table in a subway that's not open in a train station. And we're charging our phone, and this guy comes over to us and starts talking to us, and he is so fucked up. He's so fucked up, and he starts rolling a cigarette in the middle of this train station, and he's like, "Oh, you guys were here for the show?" And we were like, "Yeah," and he starts telling us about how he he's a roadie and that he's on the tour. And, which we did not believe for even a single second. We were like, okay, man. And he's got, like, this heavy Irish accent. Also, at this point, we've been following this band on tour for years. I'm like, I know all of their roadies. Nice try. But we're just talking to him. We're just hanging out. And he, like, has to, and then his phone is blowing up, and he turns it off. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. And I was like, who is trying to get a hold of you? And he's like, they're leaving without me. I have to get on a bus to Scotland. On a train.
Without me.
And I'm like, well, then why are you here? What are you doing here? And so then he's like, I have to get on a train. Like, I have to go to Scotland. And so we were like, okay. So he leaves at some point, and we're just cracking up. Like, that was the most insane interaction. He comes back like 10 minutes later, and he's like,
welcome back.
I missed the train. Okay. So did you get a ticket? Will they let you on the next one? Because there's one more train still going to Scotland. He's one more opportunity, but it's not for another hour. So for the next hour, he sits at this table with us and hangs out with us. And he's like, we were like, can they, like, transfer your ticket or whatever? And he goes, I didn't buy a ticket. I said, you need a ticket to get on the train. And he was like, I'm not doing that. And we were like, oh, okay. And this, like, thing keeps going off, like an overhead, like, announcements. And one is like, there is no smoking. And he's just smoking the whole time. And then the second one is like, if you are in danger or need help, please. Like, are they watching us on a security camera right
Targeted
now?
ads.
Yeah. And, but anyways, he for sure has a crush on Salem. He's flirting with Salem. And, at some point gives Salem his Twitter account, which we find out that he does, in fact, work for the tour. He is, in fact, a member of this tour. This is not some weird random guy trying to play a prank. I don't know if he was just hired on, like, for the UK shows, because I never saw this guy again. We never saw him previous to this. But he's got a lot of followers.
Who was it?
His name is... I think Salem still has his info.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so then we're like really, because before we thought he was like chatting shit, you know, so we weren't taking anything he said seriously. After we get his Twitter, we're like, wait, hold on, like, tell us more about this. So he starts talking to us about like when he worked Warped Tour, and like I still think half of his stories were fake. He told us that he kissed Avril Lavigne. I'm like, you did not kiss Avril Lavigne, come on. But I don't know. And then he invites us to the after party at the London show, and like it's like talking to Salem, and like they're like DMing because we're trying to get into this after party. Oh, he ends up making the final train to Scotland. We walk him there. We literally are like, you can't miss this. You have to go for 2 reasons. First of all, if he's on the tour, he should get there. He should make it. But secondly, more importantly, we do not want to hang out with you until 5 o'clock in the morning, my guy. So you need to make this train. So we walk him over to his train and make sure that he gets on. He did not buy a ticket, so I don't know what happened there, but he got on. And Salem continues to DM him, trying to get us to this after party. But then I don't know, it was like weird because he wanted to like meet up beforehand or something. Like there was like something weird that we were just like, this just feels sketchy, and I don't want to. So we didn't do it. We didn't go to the after party.
That's so tragic.
I know. It was like the whole ploy the whole time. We were like, Salem, come on, you got this.
So I don't know if 2018 me would have done it, but 2024 me would have done it.
Yeah.
I would have been like, after party? Say less.
Say less. Oh my god, but then we got home. We did make our 5 a.m. Obviously, we were sitting there.
Good.
We were ready.
Good.
We got back and we decided that was our full day of like tourist activities. And we wanted to go at like 9 a.m. We gave ourselves 2 hours to sleep. Also, I was also in school during this. When we came back from the London show, which I think was like 2 days later, when we didn't go to the after party, I came home from the London show, and I'm on I brought my laptop, and I'm sitting on my laptop on the bed as my friend is asleep next to me, taking a Spanish test. Googling. I'm Google translating, taking a Spanish test because it's due. So I did it after the London show because we were going to be out all day the next day. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't. And I don't know how the time differences worked. The point is that I had to do it then. It's not that I was, like, working as like, it's due in an hour, but it was, like, this is my only opportunity to do this before the due date, which was sometime the next day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So studious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And I had such nice skin back then that I was just sleeping in. I wore the same makeup that whole... Like, I got back from Birmingham, and I fell asleep with my makeup on so that when we could go do our day of activities, I was still in the same makeup, and I did not wash my face. Like, that's obviously crazy. I showered, so that it was like I would have to redo my makeup, but then same thing after the London show. Like, I'm still full makeup, full glam, taking the Spanish test, and then I go to sleep and woke up and wore it the next day.
I fell asleep in makeup the other day, now my face is breaking out.
Yeah, no, my face could never now. My acne waited to happen until I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Teenage me, clear skin, beautiful skin. 20s me, get fucked. This one's kind of happy. We've been talking about all like the dangers and stuff. That's what we did a lot of, is like kind of the fun shit that came with it.
Okay.
We went to a Toronto show for one of these bands.
Oh.
We were the first people in line, and it was really cold out, and they offered us to come in the venue.
Yeah.
And hang out, and we like got to go inside and like chill while they sound checked for a minute.
Yeah, literally like a minute. Because
you can take over. I've been talking a lot.
Okay, then security came over and started yelling at us. It was like, you have to get out of here. And you're like, oh, the lead singer just invited us in. And
he was like, it doesn't matter, you have to get out. And so the lead singer came over and was like, leave them alone. What if they were my sisters? And he goes, are they your sisters? And he goes, no, but how is it any different? And he goes, they gotta get out of here. And I was like, oh my god, look at this guy defending us, trying to keep us out of the cold. And we got kicked out. But then later at that show, I requested a song and he played it.
It's true. And they offered you a jacket in line.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the drummer. One of the ones we didn't actually, like, because there were a couple members who, like, knew us. It was not one of the ones we knew well.
I do think it was the bassist.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think the drummer would have done that.
No, wait, who's the bassist? I don't even remember now. Is that... Okay, it may have been... Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I requested this song be played because they had just... I don't think they had released it yet, but it was a song we knew all the words to.
Yeah.
And he sang it, and then he lost his voice because it was, like, it's too high for his vocal range.
Yeah. God. And didn't he give us... What did it...
Oh, he used Tromix.
He gave us Tromix. Yeah. God, and at a different Toronto show, I went and got the drummer a vodka Red Bull during the set. He like motioned towards us and was like, "Will one of you go get me a drink?"
What show was that?
Why
don't I remember?
I don't know. Oh, it was the new Pop Store. So it was right after London.
Oh.
But it was like during their opening set. And they had to like pause the show. Julia came with me. We like both went.
Okay.
Yeah. And like ordered a vodka Red Bull and like brought it to the stage. And then he was like, "We're holding up the show so you can get a drink." And he was like, "Yeah."
That's funny.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Oh my god. The singer's dad offered you like a ride to Lollapalooza once or something? I forgot about that.
I do remember that.
God. That's funny.
We were besties, me and John.
Yeah. We luckily, though, like, through all of this, did not have any, like, I don't know, like, anything that felt super creepy or predatory.
Yes.
We witnessed things and saw things with other people.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
We were very lucky, though.
We were
Which is
lucky.
crazy to say we're lucky, like, that should be the standard.
Yeah, yeah.
But we were... I don't know how to say this. We were in a lot of situations that could have gone very wrong.
Yes.
And I'm very glad they did not.
They offered us a ride on their bus once the day that our friend's car got broken into.
Oh, yeah. In Cleveland?
Yeah. Like, there were just so many times that it's, like, with many of these bands. Not even just, like, the main one we would follow, but, like, shit could have gone poorly.
Yeah. And not that, like, things have come out about all of these bands, but, like,
no.
You know, like...
You never know.
You know, a band we never thought would have those accusations, so it's, like...
Yeah.
You know...
When everything came out about, like, the main band that we, like, are friends because of, that, like, really soured the whole scene for me. Like, that to me was, like... I stopped following tours. I stopped being a fangirl. I stopped listening to pop punk for a really long time. Like, I was just like, and now I like it. We're gonna go to Sat Summerfest this week.
Yeah.
With my broken foot, I'm gonna sit in the grass on my blanket and be a mom and hold everybody's merch and stuff.
I'm excited. That means I can bring, like, a real water bottle.
Yeah, and I'll keep it. And I'm gonna buy a bottle of wine and sit there and sip it.
Amazing. I asked if I can use my drink ticket to get a whole bottle of wine.
What'd they say?
We don't know yet.
Because that's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do.
Amazing.
So, yeah, like, I'm still, I like the music again, but I still don't really listen to, like, anybody's new shit, really. I mean, I do for some that, like, but it's, like, I feel like they've also kind of left the scene. Like, they don't really make, like, stereotypical pop punk music.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I know everybody's old stuff, and then when they're coming here, I learn their new stuff that's on the set list.
Yeah.
But I don't go out of my way to listen to, like, whole new album, except for the main.
Yeah.
I will always listen to the
but that's
main.
a great example, because I'm the same way, but, like, I feel like the main, they're still in the scene fully.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't feel like their music is that, like, pop punk, really.
That's true.
You know, like...
But there's always a pit and there's always crowd surfers.
Oh, yeah. And I do keep up with the main. I keep up with the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
I keep up with Stan Atlantic. So there's a couple, but for the most part. Like, all the, like, kind of, like, most of the, like, stereotypical, like, Warped Tour bands and stuff. It's like, I'm gonna want to see them every time they come here. Because I love their shows and I love the crowd, but, like, I don't keep up. And I'm not, like, I don't know, it lost a lot of the, like, I feel like it was such, like, a safe space.
Yeah.
Happy place.
The community part is gone.
It's gone. Like. It's completely gone. It's really fun. Oh my god, I'm sure it's Sad Summer. Like, so often I go to a show and I run into people who, like, I met at a concert years ago or I found on Twitter years ago. Like, they're still around, but it's not what it used to be. It lost... I was such a hater after, and this was not the first band I loved to be canceled. Yeah. This was the third, like, big one for me.
But this was like
the biggest.
This was like the foundation.
Exactly. Yeah, the other two were like, I was big fans of their music. I couldn't name you the members of the band. Like, I was just like, it sucked because it was like this music that I love so much now has this, like, negative attachment to it. This one felt like a more of a personal attack because I was like, I follow you around the world.
Yeah.
I have a tattoo for you.
Yeah.
I know all my friends because of you. You know, I go to all your meet and greets and I don't know. So it felt more like personal.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it makes me really sad and it's scary.
Yeah.
But there's issues with, like, every music genre, which is really sad because it's supposed to be safe and it's not.
Well, now I only listen to gay women, so that's been going way better for me.
Yeah.
Not really. I listen to some people, but, like, I would say 95% of what I listen to is gay women.
That's true.
And then the 5%, like, they're allowed to stay. The Wonder Years don't let me down. I have 4 Wonder Years related tattoos. If Dan Campbell fucks up.
Dan Campbell, don't tell us.
Oh my god, that's it. I have another really good story. Dan Campbell, I'll name this one. I'm name dropping him for sure.
Okay.
Singer of this
is Sad Summer?
Sad Summer. It was me, you, Carrie, and then, like, another one of our friends. And we had all split up because I went over to, it was like after Stan Atlantic's set. I went to merch and you went to the bathroom or to get water or something. And
I was drunk. I had a tall boy of White Claw that was already open and I didn't like it, and so after it was opened I decided to try to shotgun it. So I stabbed my car key through it, which was really hard to do because there was no pressure in the can. And I shotgunned the whole thing.
So you were gone.
Yeah.
And
I was not feeling great.
No. And Carrie was also not feeling great. I didn't know that anybody wasn't feeling great. I just popped on over to merch. And Carrie has a heart condition. So while we're all split up, she's with the other friend. So her and our other friend are still together. And I go back inside to kind of see what everybody's doing. And our other friend comes and, like, grabs me and is like, oh my god, your sister passed out. Like, she's in medical. And you were already in medical at this point.
I can't remember if we were in medical when you joined, but I came out of the bathroom and found Carrie on the floor.
Okay, yeah, Carrie was definitely already seated in medical.
Satted.
She was satted down.
They sat her.
They sat her. So yeah, we went back and we were all just, like, chilling. It was, like, backstage. And so we were hanging out there and they were checking her vitals and seeing if she was going to be okay. We were kind of just like, if you want to leave, we'll leave. If you want to sit in the grass, we'll sit in the grass with you. Like, let us know what you want to do, seeing how she's feeling. And Dan Campbell walked by. And I think Carrie said something. Like, I think she, like, said hi or, like, got his attention. And he, like, came right over and was like, oh my god, what happened? Are you okay? And was just the sweetest. And then he told us, she was like, I would love to stay for your set. I'm going to see, like, what they tell me. Like, I might just, like, chill in the grass, like, in the back. And he was like, give me a minute. And disappears. And comes back shortly later with side stage wristbands for all of us. So we can watch from the side. And he gets her a chair so that she can sit. Which was very sweet.
He brought, like, a manager who was, like, going over, like, rules with us and stuff. And
like I said, I was drunk. So I, like, made a joke. And I was like, somehow stage diving. And I think I scared them. And then I got scared because I was like, oh my god, are they gonna take away our side stage? I think I scared everyone because I remember like you and Carrie were like, no,
she's not gonna do that.
I was like, no, I'm kidding. Like, I'm not really gonna go stage dive. There was like at least a 5-foot gap between the stage and the barricade. Like, there was a really big gap.
We have another trip to medical.
Yeah, it's because I fucking folded myself over the barricade jumping.
God.
No, I would not do that we were at like stage AE in Pittsburgh, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's more of like a dive bar house show kind of vibe. I wouldn't stage dive in 20 years. Ever.
Yeah. That was very nice though. And now it's funny because every time Carrie feels like she's gonna pass out, it's like an ongoing bit of like, I'm sorry, the Wonder Years aren't playing, so you're not allowed to pass out at this show. But we are seeing them this week.
Yeah. If she wants to pass out.
This one's okay. Well, this is also her venue, so she's allowed to pass out. She'll be okay.
Lots of medical
on site.
I mean, I know we're calling this episode Virgin Groupies, but we've... yes, all of this happened when we were younger and virgins, but even now in our horror eras, we still have never slept with a band member.
No, not and especially back then, we were both late. I think our next episode is going to be called Late Bloomers.
Yep.
Where we're gonna talk more about that. So, yeah, groupies because it's funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got that a lot. Like, I've had, like...
So many people ask me that.
Yeah, so obviously you're, like, a groupie. And I feel like groupie has the connotation of you're, like...
hooking up with them.
Yeah. And it's, like, it was not that, but it was also never about that. Like, we literally... Obviously, we were huge fans. Like, so... I guess it was more than just, like, oh, it's just about the music. Because obviously we wanted to line up and do meet and greet and all of that. But I think I
wanted to be their friend.
Yes. Yes, really badly. It was never any kind of, like... We're trying to fuck them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just thought this would be a fun. We were originally gonna do like a catch-up episode about like what's going on in our dating lives.
And let me tell you, the answer is nothing.
The answer is nothing at all. I was supposed to have 2 dates, or I kind of 3. I canceled on one. And then one canceled on me, and then I broke my foot. So my 3 dates turned to 0 dates. You know, so we didn't really have any normal updates, and we had already been talking about kind of doing some episode. We want to do an episode on toxic friends really bad. So I think just the idea of doing, like, episodes that aren't completely, you know, about sex or dating, but still just kind of about
different relationship types.
Yeah, relationships and growing up and being a woman, and everything's gonna kind of, because we're also probably gonna do one about like living in a city, and so just so this is kind of our first episode that kind of drifts off the sex and dating talk.
Yeah, I got asked on 2 dates yesterday.
Ooh,
like to go on the date yesterday.
Oh,
and I said no to both of them.
What's wrong with us?
I was tired. I'm so tired, Nikki. Yesterday was my first day, not even to like not leave the house because I had to go to class.
Yeah.
But it was my first day to like. Yesterday I did laundry and I washed my dishes, and I was like so relieved because my laundry basket was so full. I was just piling laundry next to my basket.
God.
I'm so busy.
Yeah.
So supposedly I have a date on Sunday.
Okay, I can't wait. So hopefully the next time it's just the 2 of us here, we will be doing some kind of date update. I don't think that I'm going to be having any updates.
You could still have people over.
Really hot and sexy. When I'm like wobbling down the stairs to come get them from the door. Like, hey, how are you?
You could be like, yeah, you can come over, but my foot is broken.
Yeah.
Just prepare them.
That's true. Well, in like 2 weeks, I can go from the boot to an air cast.
Amazing.
And so I think then I would. I think while I'm in the boot,
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe if somebody... I haven't even been on the dating apps since I broke it. I've left so many people on red. Maybe I'll go answer messages. I'm like, maybe if somebody really wanted to hang, but, like, I'm certainly not initiating anything right now.
That's fair.
So, but it's fine. I can do a lot more walking on it soon. And I don't need surgery. I just had my appointment yesterday.
Woo!
Yay! So, within, like, 6 weeks, I will be good as new. And then I will have a lot of ground to cover. I'll have to go on some dates then.
A lot of catching up to do.
I'm really gonna be falling short right now. I mean, I have a lot of stories stocked up. At least. It's not like I don't have plenty to talk about. I can talk forever. The problem is, yeah, the idea of us doing a current catch-up episode is where I'm gonna be falling short.
Yeah. Current updates? None
at all. So much for hot girl summer, I guess.
Yeah, we're having tired girl summer.
Tired girl summer.
We're having tired and sad girl summer.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I, like, at the end of July, when I hadn't, like, been going out with anybody, I was like, it's fine. My hot girl summer last summer was August. Like, August is really when I popped off. Like, August is gonna be the month.
Gonna manifest it.
My foot's broken.
I'm gonna for you. Manifest it for myself.
I'm manifesting it for you.
I'm so busy in August.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens.
It's fine. I believe in you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we hope you like this episode. Please still send us in. I think when we eventually do that catch-up episode, we are also going to read your stories on that one.
Oh my god, yeah. Send us stories.
Send us stories. Send us anything about anything.
For advice. I want to give advice so bad.
Yes. Tell us what's going on in your life. Tell us about something crazy that's happened to you. Just talk to us. Email us. Whoreologypodcast@gmail.com. Do it.
Thanks.
I'm coming for your finger guns.
Do I do finger guns a lot?
Yeah, even you commented on that. I didn't notice, but you commented on it.
Oh. I don't remember.
You were like, why do I keep doing finger guns? Anyways, thank you for watching.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.